Hi, in this video I would like to show you how to create a shelf for your dolls by upcycling a box. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If it's not, welcome back. Here is the box that I'm going to be using. It was a Disney ILY Forever box. This particular one has seashells in the back because it was inspired by Ariel. It was an Ariel inspired playset, so it's got seashells in the back. And we're also going to be using scissors. Be careful with your scissors because scissors are sharp. And we're also going to be using tape. The first thing we need to do is remove the inside from the box. So this part right here we're going to be using for our shelf. Let me back the camera up a little bit so you can see the whole thing. So here is our shelf, and then we're also going to be using the top part right here, and we're going to be using this bottom part here. So we're going to need to trim out this part. And again, be careful with your scissors because scissors are sharp. And now we just need to remove this part of the box for our shelves. This end of the box has tape, so what I'm going to be doing is very carefully snipping the tape like that, and then just making a little slit with my fingernail, and then we're going to do that again. I already tried to remove it by peeling it off and it wouldn't peel off. So now we have our other shelf. And we're going to, again, very carefully with our scissors, trim off this part. Okay, so now we have our two shelves to tape into our shelf box. The next thing we're going to need to do is just trim off a little bit of the sides of each of our shelves. That way it can fit in the box. So now that we have one shelf trimmed, we're going to trim our other shelf. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to create little boxes out of these little flaps on the box. So we're going to be creating our own little boxes from that box. And we're going to just trim off little pieces like this so that we can stack them like this. So they're very thin boxes, but it's kind of like a stack. And then we're going to tape all of those together, and this is going to be going under our shelf so that there is a little bit of stability. Here are our shelves. We're going to put the shelf into our shelf box, and we're going to make sure that it's even with the entire box so that when we use our shelf, our stuff doesn't fall off the shelf. So now we're going to tape on this little ledge here, and we're also going to add our shelf stabilizer. We're going to put that right there, and we're going to tape that onto the back of the box, so the back of this shelf box, and then we're going to also tape it onto the shelf itself. Rhymes. Taping it onto the shelf itself. So there's that, and then we just need to do that again with our other shelf. So here's our other shelf, and we're going to do the same thing that we did with our other shelf. I know it's kind of confusing because we've got the shelf and then we've got the shelves. So there's that. And now we're going to add in our stabilizer, which is right here. I'm going to tape that. And now we're going to apply tape to the shelf. So now we have shelves. Can you see my slippers in the back? There they are. So here is our shelf right now. And now we're going to be putting some paper around the outside. Another thing I did forget to mention is that we're also going to be adding tape to the sides of the shelves. I'm going to be adding the tape to the sides of the box and the shelves so that we add a little bit more stability. Oops. So we'll just need to do that to each of the sides. To decorate our shelf, we're going to be using some scrapbooking paper, ribbon, tape, and scissors. And again, be careful with your scissors because scissors are sharp. I'm going to trim pieces of scrapbook paper that are going to be the size of the top of our shelf and also the sides of our shelf. I'm not going to trim any pieces to go on the back or the bottom because those won't be seen. Just move that aside a little bit. So now we're going to tape this onto the top. Let me adjust this so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm taping this onto the top, and now I'm going to tape the other side. we're also going to be doing the same thing with the sides. Going to be taping that. And I think I'm going to tape the back. So this is the front of the shelf, so I'm going to tape this to the back. Now that all three sides of our shelf has paper on it, and here's the top, I did have to trim just a little bit more for this end because the paper didn't quite have enough. That's okay. Now we're going to be adding ribbon to the top and the sides, so right here. And I'm going to be actually tipping it on the side so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. So now we've got our ribbon, and we're just going to see what length we need. We're going to trim that off, and we're going to tape the ends. So now we're going to do that with all of the edges. See what length we need. Trim off the end. And tape it on. So now we're just going to do that with all four sides. We now have all of our four edges trimmed with ribbon, and the last thing that I would like to do is trim these edges of the shelves. So we're going to do the same thing that we did with the other ribbon. We're just going to add it to the edges of the shelves. Now that we have completed our shelf, I put some things on our shelf, such as our Keurig and a mug. And on this shelf we have a little puppy, some hair clips, and our Sol de Janeiro perfume mist. On this shelf we've got our Tamagotchi, an LOL Suprise mug, and our gem roller. And on this shelf we have a Disney Doorables baby Merida. This has been a tutorial on how to create an upcycled shelf. Thank you very much for watching.